you been? You still hanging about with the Arsenal parade?
Well, I'm glad I got to see you last week. That was a lovely surprise. And little Brooks, Reva and Jamie as well. It was lovely, wasn't it? And, I think I just feel like I've been on a high, Shebahn, ever since, really. Like I had 3 days off, probably my first day off in probably about a year. And now I'm ready to be back on it. And that's why I'm glad I'm back with you. But it was just a great weekend. And the fact we got to see each other was that icing on the cake.
Yeah, we actually did get one of those experiences where we then weren't working and we were together and the families are there and people who you've known for 100 years were there. And I actually had an element of real pride for you because I've been watching Arsenal, I think, since they won the quad in 2017. You've been part of that squad and then becoming closer and closer to the club, watching its rise, but not being able to do that again. I can't go over the pride I felt. I mean, you saw me bawling my eyes out. You nearly gave me a slap at one point, like, get a grip, woman.
I mean, I was crying after the game. I had to get Tony to speak because I didn't realise I was going to feel so overwhelmed with emotion. But do you know what, Shebahn? I said, I had this real moment of reflection where I actually felt like, as crazy as it sounds, I got closure on my career. It was like it came full circle. Like Vic Akers was in the crowd. Claire Wheatley that found me as well was there. Everybody that was at the club when I was younger was there at the game. It was amazing. And when the Lionesses won the Euros, I had a lot of pride, right? It was a great feeling. But I didn't feel that connection because of how the FA had made me feel, how England had made me feel. I feel better about it now because since they've tried to kind of, reconcile and those types of things. But I felt pride, but I just didn't feel that I was part of it. Whereas to feel part of it, we got invited to the training ground during the week and I always get invited back to the club all the time, whether it be the men's side, the women's side, to host events or to just be part of it really. And it just makes me feel really, really good. And I feel like my career only ended based upon not because I wasn't good enough. It was because I just got sick of not being treated very nicely. And to feel that love and connection with Arsenal just makes me feel really nice, because they found me when I was 9 years old in Catford in South East London and I never really looked back.
Yeah, no, I'm happy for you, mate. You deserve those moments, as somebody who has retired but still remained as part of a club. You deserve that moment for pushing the club and everything that you say and do on air for women's football, for men's football. Actually, I was listening to you on the radio the other day when people ask, am I not a Man United fan? It's like, you played for Arsenal for all those years. Arsenal was your home. You were allowed to have the affiliation and the love for something that was good to you while supporting a men's team or another team at the same time. It's okay.
Sometimes people, I don't know, I'm pretty outward about my Manchester United love, obviously. If people say to me, if the women's team, Man United women had a team when you were playing, would you have still wanted to win? I'm like, what are these people talking about? They not think that the male players grow up supporting our very own Darren Bent played for Tottenham and he supports Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? It happens, but it doesn't mean when you're playing against them that you want to you don't want to win. I mean, come on. But I just think sometimes, people are just going to always have something to say, but I don't care. The real Arsenal fans love me and I have a good connection with them.
Listen, football won at the end of the day and we were buzzing, weren't we, for Arsenal and for all the staff and everybody involved and the fans. There was about 10,000 people at that parade and we've already spoken about it on the show, but having you with us to just reflect that full circle moment for your career is lovely as well. I mean, I've still to pull you up about the fact that you tried to have a way with my husband.
Shut up, you idiot. I love Jamie. He's top guy. And I was actually with Jamie after the game at the after party.
Yeah,
you
3 in the morning I got messages from these two.
You didn't come to Lisbon. We missed you. I told you I missed you. I voice noted you the day before as well. And it was just lovely to spend time with people after the game. And like I said many times, I've never missed a flight in my life. And I actually missed my flight back from Lisbon. I was playing in a charity game that day. So I landed, played for Great Ormond Street Hospital with Hazard. It was brilliant. But when you feel like I'm running on empty here, I don't really drink anymore because I don't like feeling hungover. So and with work and stuff, you just can't do that. I just can't anymore. But it was well worth it. The party was brilliant to see everyone after the game. And sometimes, I think a lot of people felt like, should people go to the party? Whereas I was getting loads of messages being like, come to the party, Lianne. I want the girls to have their moment. We won it in 2007.
Yeah.
But that's their moment. And to be fair to them, fair play to them. They partied for about 3 days and then I couldn't believe it. A lot of them having to go back to national team camp straight away. And I'm like, oh my goodness, give them a break for God's sake. And I loved all the welcomes back they got, Shebahn. I thought they were brilliant.
Sweet.
I'm not going to lie. I thought the Lionesses one, and I've tweeted about it, was not really up to standards. Do you know what I mean? And people were saying, well, when Kira Walsh and Lucy Bronze won it with Barcelona, they didn't welcome them in. I said, well, they should have.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think it's embarrassing where you look at Australia, you look at the way they were welcomed back to camp, America, Emily Fox, Lindsay Heaps was one of the first people to hug her.
Yeah.
And she lost in the semi against Arsenal. Like, that's why I love playing in America. So, yeah, I don't know. I was quite disappointed with how our girls got welcome at St. George's Park. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm sure there was a lot of people in that camp that felt a little bit, if I was playing for another team, I'd be fuming if Arsenal would have won.
Do you know, I saw your tweet and I thought, fair point, because obviously Rush being out at Republic of Ireland, Katie McCabe going back into the camp, the captain of Ireland, and you know, when I saw that, her coming through, getting out the car, you know, I thought, oh, that's great that everybody's out there. Russia was handling a bottle of water and stuff like that, and the, you know, the scenes that she caused, you know, the mood, the vibe that she was in. Was nice to see our club welcome her back, and she got player of the match a few days later, you know, in the international game.
How she did that, I don't know, because these players, like I said, how they managed to get to camp is one thing, let alone playing in games and getting player of the match. But yeah, I mean, they obviously have a responsibility to play for their national team, but I think the scheduling of the games and timing and everything, like that needs to change anyway. I'm not a big one of those people that's like, oh, there's too many games there necessarily, but it's like, let them have a break. Do you know what I mean? Like, they play enough games, they've given everything. And, you know, you see players like Millie Bright now having to take that kind of mental and psychological break from the Lionesses camp at the moment. And fair play to her, because it is a lot.